Hello, welcome to our third part of our 100-part series on how to build a house. Today we'll be doing our drain, waste, vent piping, or at least the horizontal portions of it. They go on the slab. A couple of tricks I picked up in the last few days looking at this stuff. One, you're going to want to know where top dead center of your pipes are. Let's keep them all nice and straight. This line of text on the top of most pipes will give you a nice straight line you can use as your top pipe. Another thing you can do is notice that for the fittings we're using, 1.5" all the way up to 4 inch, that the hubs are exactly 1/2 the diameter. So this 2 inch here is 1 inch, this 3 inch is 1.5". So if you're going to make a close fitting for 3 inch, it's only 3 inches long. Very easy. Anyways, we'll get to that. Watch it go plumbing. So today we learned a couple of lessons about putting in drain pipe. I'll share with you guys. For one, always do your fine grading of your dirt long before you even touch a piece of pipe. You don't want to be in the situation where, like we were, when you throw 50 odd feet of 4 inch pipe in a ditch and find out you're all wrong and you can't really get it out that easily, so you try to dig around it and spend 2 or 3 hours doing it. Just go ahead, do your dirt work first, and you'll be much happier. Another thing we kind of learned is how to get around these kind of funky little situations right here. You're doing a little drop down. What you want to do is grab yourself a little piece of scrap pipe like this, put your fitting on, kind of eyeball it, check it for grade, check how it aligns to your pipe below, get all your measurements, cut all your pipes, dry fit them together, make sure everything still works out, then you glue. If you try to glue a little earlier than that, you find out glue's kind of permanent. And then you learn what repair couplings are and reciprocating saws, which you shouldn't know because you did it right the first time. Okay, let's go over a few more things on plumbing before we end this video. So, when you're going to test, you need to put on these test caps. They're not quite the best at holding against pressure, especially if you've got a pretty high riser that you've got to fill for your inspector. These are Schedule 40 caps. They are not as cheap, but we're talking $1.50, $1.25, at least for the smaller ones, and they are guaranteed to hold when you put them on. So I'd say your money ahead just to go ahead and buy those and put those on. Another thing is, if things start getting complicated, like these things have gotten complicated, and this right here, what happened here was I didn't exactly have an idea what I was going to do with this floor drain. Well, you should probably figure that out before you place your 3-inch line. If you do that, you won't have these funky, crazy little configurations like I got here, where I've got my vent coming to my closest wall with my toilet and sink. But it worked out. Just as long as you can figure it out, you can do whatever you want. If you did your job right, pretty much the only place it's going to leak is at these clean out caps. So you go ahead, take them off, and get a little Teflon tape, put 5 or 6 wraps on it, screw them back down, and you should be good.